Devotionals. This time we're from the 20th to the 24th of May, and we've been looking at various references towards the end of Matthew's Gospel. We began on Monday with the question of the resurrection of the dead, which Jesus was tackling. In brief, do we need to go any further than the fact that Jesus said yes, and this concerns you and me, because if Jesus comes before we die, then the Bible tells us that we will be taken up then and there before we die. But if we have died, regardless of how we've died and how we've been buried, whether we've been cremated or interred into the earth, then we will be in the resurrection. And Jesus was for the resurrection, and he not only taught it, but of course he's been there before us, being raised from the dead. On Tuesday we took on the subject of humility. We were looking at a passage in Matthew 23, and we noted that the Bible tells us that it was pride that caused the devil to be thrown out of heaven. Jesus said that the humble would be exalted, and I suppose as a rule of thumb we could say that being humble is being obedient to God and putting others first. If we live our life like that, then the probability is we are being humble. Wednesday. Well, on Wednesday we looked at Matthew 24, the opening two verses, and we discovered what we already knew in our hearts anyway, and that is that Jesus' word can be trusted. And as an example, we looked at the prophecy that he made relating to the destruction of the temple at Jerusalem. You remember where no stone will be left upon another? And that happened in AD 70 when the Romans besieged and attacked Jerusalem. Jesus' words can be trusted absolutely. There are not many people you can say that of. In fact, there is only one, and that is Jesus. Jesus' words can be trusted absolutely. We can put our full weight upon them and know that they are going to be true, the things that he says, the things that he taught. And on Thursday, we saw that Jesus prophesied that all the mess we see in the world around us, the wars, the rumours of wars, the famines and all the rest of it, were like the birth pains that would take place before his return. And we checked out some of the things, when we looked at one specific example. The false prophets, and we saw about this one who was advertised in the London Times in 1982 and in other leading international world papers. And the advertisement, there was a press conference, and this Messiah, as he was called, because it was Jesus is here, that was the very thing that people had put in these advertisements, and that this Messiah was due on the 21st of June 1982. However, he failed to materialise, although they reported only in May that year that he was alive and well and living in the Brick Lane area of East London. So, as we can see, false prophets are just that. They either fail to materialise, or when they do, they can cause a whole lot of problems, which is one of the things that we picked up on Friday, which again is another example of a new prophet back in the 19th century, and out of that established a new religion. Amidst all this falseness, we found a great truth, and that is in 1 Corinthians 3:11, that the one foundation we have for our salvation is Jesus Christ, and he is sure and true. And as Okay, we're here in my potting shed, and I'm about to do some potting, which is why I'm down here. But I don't know where we'll be next week. But one thing is for sure, this weekend is going to be great if you put Jesus first. And it's the way ahead. That's what the Bible says. It's the way ahead. Make Jesus first place in our life. And